Hello, and welcome to another LP. According to GOG Galaxy, I am about to hit 500 hours in the Second Sky. And I probably have I definitely have over 100 hours more than that in the 4 previous games combined as well. And I still haven't done this. Advanced Concepts. So it's time to learn just how much of this game I still don't understand. So let's just go through it. Let's get to it. I don't get it. I've been through all of the tutorials, and I just can't understand how all of these pieces work together. Beethro is beside himself without a clone potion, frustrated and ready to smash, well, just about anything. Fortunately, he had one chance left. He had heard tales of a group of architects who banded together to explore some of the less understood aspects of the Eighth, offering the results of their explorations up in an attractive and educational format. It took some doing, but Beethro finally made it to the Architects' Complex, and after resolving the minor detail of some payment, he was ushered in to the hallway of Advanced Concepts. By Roger. Okay, so here's our hub level. Now first of all, everybody probably already knows, but Advanced Concepts is a hold demonstrating, well, complicated things. Some credits. Let's just quickly go through this. Collaborative effort of several skilled architects and one guy who compiled it all. Oh, okay, and then it's gonna have a list of everything here. And I guess I recognize these names. This is neat. So I'm going to mention something here. This is about my 4th attempt at playing this hold. And every time I get through basic sword tricks, and then I move on to speed potions, and I get stuck. And the reason I get stuck is because I really dislike speed potions. I think that's just what it comes down to. One of my least favorite elements. And yeah. So yeah, thanks for your testing efforts and for all your contributions. So I'm gonna continue with my usual path, simple sword tricks, and we will use our sword tricks in order to solve this room. So this is all going to be a review, but it's a good review to have. And from here I'll go on to speed potions and see if I can actually make it through, and hopefully actually play through this entire thing. And that's one of my motivations for actually doing an LP of this as well. I figure recording it might actually get me to do it. So here, I've got a Roach. Roach is going to step on this. We're just going to open that, and Roach is going to be stuck here. We need the Roach to get into here. So obviously this isn't going to work. There's more to a really big sword than just smiting. There's slashing, stabbing, rending, and a few clever manipulations available to those who understand vertical preference. Welcome to the Simple Sword Tricks Annex. Yes, so vertical preference, another thing about the Advanced Concepts hold is that a lot of the holds that you'll see in architecture, especially by the more experienced architects, basically assume that you know a whole bunch of stuff, or so I've been told. It's pretty much assumed that you understand things from Advanced Concepts these days. Vertical preference is one of those things. It's something like I mentioned it quite a bit in the last LP that I did, and it's just one of those things that is good to know. And it's just kind of assumed knowledge. Okay, back to hub level. No thank you. We're going to hit the checkpoint just because, and then we're going to read the scroll. In this level, you will learn all about vertical preference and how your sword can be used in combination with vertical preference. Okay. Lots of space on the scroll. I don't know why they didn't write it out. Okay, so what have we got going on here? Vertical preference. Roaches, and most other monsters, will go diagonally towards you. But when that way is blocked and a monster can choose between going vertically and horizontally, it will always choose to go vertically. So this is going to be a demonstration. We're going to click the orb. Click. Okay, well, we did that too. We're going to hit the orb. Hit the orb and watch how the monsters move. Oh, and okay, well. Let's do this properly, because I wasn't paying attention to there. So hit the orb. They move twice. Okay. So here, as expected, this roach will move vertically, this roach will move horizontally. This is what we would expect. Here, they hit a corner. What do? Vertical preference. They both slide vertically. It doesn't matter if the horizontal would bring them closer on a diagonal to me or anything like that. You don't have to care about relative distances, it's just vertical preference. That's what the rule is. So we're going to have some more vertical preference here, and then at the end, I do have to actually kill them myself. Okay. I was going to say, this is going to be an easy room to high score, but I screwed it up. Okay, 2 of 3. There are many things that can make monsters move using vertical preference. You can see some examples in this room. This is true. I would have... a better way to word this would have just been anything that they... I don't know, anytime they hit anything. So like if they hit a force arrow, they hit the ortho square, they hit a monster, I mean there's an evil eye, they could have put it... well, I guess they wouldn't be able to clear the room that way, but... potions, monsters can't move over potions. Yeah. Can you predict which exit the roaches will take? Select the correct orb, then step on the pressure plate to check your prediction. So I can hit any of these. So this is really neat. I like this. This is basically testing your knowledge. That's what I've heard. This is a pretty good hold from what I've heard. So I'm gonna hit no. Okay. I hit these, and then I step here, and it prevents me from going back in here and mucking around with the roaches. So the roaches are just going to go this way, vertical, vertical on the obstacle, vertical on the potion, vertical on the briar, vertical on the wall. They should end up here. So we're going to check. See, yep, going vertically along all these obstacles. There we go. Nothing to it. Vertical preference 3. In an orthogonal field, which, oh man, ortho squares are just weird. I haven't done nearly enough with them to really feel comfortable with them. Something simple like this will be okay, but man, like if somebody did a hordes in ortho squares, I'm sure somebody has done it, but that would be a fairly terrifying thing to deal with. Although it affects the monsters too, so. Anyway, in an ortho field, monsters can never walk diagonally. Vertical preference means that roaches will always go vertically if possible in an ortho field. Yeah. So what's the deal here? We need to... okay, what triggers this? This does. And this triggers the last one. Okay, so this releases both roaches at the same time. This kills this roach at the very end. And everything else is just a matter of hitting all of these. What's up with this? These are in the wrong order, so it's impossible. So I have to hit this one. So I have to take this path. Okay. Reminder, roaches will always try to move up and down in ortho field. Can you lead the top roach around in order to kill the bottom roach? Plus there's a scroll here, which we will get to, I guess, after. Okay, I'm gonna rotate my sword just because. Yeah. So as we can see, it can't move towards me diagonally, so it's just going to move this way. Whoops. What have I done? Oh, right, that thing does too. Fine, we'll wait on that. We'll wait on that pressure plate. Yeah, these are the ones I wasn't waiting, but here I need to just make sure I did that more than I needed to. That's fine. Ah, and these are out of order as well. Thanks to Larry Merck for his help on this room. There's a famous or infamous name in the community for sure. Larry Merck, known for having a very good understanding of this game and its elements, and exploiting it very well in puzzles. Okay, sword vertical preference. Even if there are no walls or objects around to help you, you can make a monster go vertically using your sword. If you move your sword, put your sword between you and the monster and move vertically, the monster will move vertically too. Okay. Room 1. Use your sword to lead the monster to the pressure plate. Do you understand why the monster moves up instead of left? Yes. So I'm going to step on this, which will open the wall. I need the monster to get to here. So obviously, I can just wait here. My sword's in the way. If I step north, Monster moves with me. Why? I'm here, my sword is here, the monster sees an obstacle, and vertical preference makes it slide. It's worth pointing out that if my sword is facing north or south, and the monster was on the other side of it, this would completely not work. Say my sword was north, and I move this way, the monster, vertical preference, it would slide down like that. So this is... yeah, easy enough. I learned this trick from Doom while testing his hold called Simon's Dungeon. He actually made a separate hold for this, just to teach me this trick. Doom, another name that's been responsible for some tricky puzzles. Looks like there are two ways I can go here. That's a lie, I can't get back through here. Okay, I have to go this way. Looks like it doesn't really matter though. Lead the monster to touch all the pressure plates. Do you understand what is happening in this room? I suspect sword vertical preference. Again. This sword trick even works on multiple monsters. Reason. After the first monster moves vertically, it occupies the space where the second monster wants to go. Because of vertical preference, the second monster will choose to move vertically as well. Right, this is what I mentioned... where was it? Here. If there had been like an evil eye, for example, as one of these obstacles, the monster would still be treated. And I guess the Fagundos count as monsters, kind of. Yeah. So, yeah, well, better to demonstrate, I guess. So, again, what we're going to see here is kind of what we would expect. Now, what's happening here? Turn order is happening here. Monster 1, I move north, monster 1 slides up, monster 2, so 1 slides on the sword, 2 slides on the mud baby, 3 slides on mud baby 2. This only works because of the turn order. If this was, say, 1, 3, 2, and I stepped north, 1 would see my sword and it would step north, 2 here would have a free space to move into, and then 3 would be blocked here and here and it would slide this way. So if I stepped north, I would end up with a little L shape like this, if the turn order was reversed. Turn order is one of those things you have to right-click on the enemy to see it, but it gets used sometimes. So what's going on here? I basically need to maintain this formation until I get to the top. Easy. No problem. Final room. Have you understood the vertical preference rule and the sword vertical preference rule, which is really just an application of the vertical preference rule? You will need these rules to solve this room. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, you can see we're kind of expanding on a theme. We just had 1, then we had 3, now we have 5, and this is going to get a lot more complicated with these other walls, I'm sure. Well, like I said, I have played through simple sword tricks before, like 3 or 4 times even. Because this is a vertical preference trick, you can sometimes replace your sword by other things as well. For example, you can use a wall instead of your sword. Yep, okay. Yep. So again, step on here, I don't really have a choice.
My name is Beethro.
Just opens the one thing. Open the one thing. Open that. Okay, so this is kind of like the same as what we had in the previous room now. This wall being here doesn't matter. I mean, it lets me rotate my sword, but once I step out from behind the wall, I don't have a choice anymore. Okay, you 3 are now stuck in here. That opens that, of course it does. Let's turn around. Also, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as you would expect. Because if these were reversed in order, this wouldn't work. One of them would slip around. Okay, I suspect that I need to rotate my sword again. So I know from past experience with this level that this is a trap here and that I'm stuck. I'm pretty sure there's no way I can... Oh, maybe I can do it this way. Nope. No, I'm stuck. Oh, first death of advanced concepts. There will be many, many more. Smart. I'm good at this game, can you tell? Okay, so why was this an issue? Have I already lost? What does this do? Just that. Like, what happens if I do this? Yeah, I can't get through. Huh. It's also been a very long time since I've done this. You're giving me a puzzle. And this will be blind mostly, like, I guess halfway through speed potions. So they're behind me a turn. Using that... using that, I can do this. No? Oh man, what is going on here? Almost made that mistake again. Okay, I'm pretty sure I need to do that. But from here... I need to hit all of these, don't I? Is there a way I could get one of you in here? Or am I just being dumb at the very end here? It would help if there's a checkpoint. Ah, there we go. I do that, and then vertical preference, he slides down. Man. That took me way too long. But that's good. I mean, this is a vertical preference demonstration set, and they use vertical preference as the linchpin at the very end. So are we finished? Well, not quite. Looks like we have some more stuff to do. Let's go this way. What have we got? Non-sword vertical preference. Okay. As you know by now, when a monster is east or west of you, it is possible to lead that monster with your sword, but if the monster is north or south or you, okay, I guess that didn't get caught, the monster will end up walking next to you because of your sword. This time, your sword won't help you much, but can you still complete this room? Well, my sword will actually help me quite a bit, I think, because it allows me to do this and survive. So it slides up, and here... So I can backswipe, which hasn't been taught, but... I can backswipe, but I suspect I don't want to, because... Yeah, there's a pressure plate here. And standing on the door, I am safe. This trick also works on multiple monsters, but only if you lead the monsters to be on the same horizontal line first. Note, this trick only works if the movement order is set up correctly. This challenge featured 3 monsters. Do you still remember how to get a monster onto a pressure plate? Okay, well, I suspect we're going to start with this. And yeah, see, each time... Okay, well... First, let's look at their order. Yeah, see. 3, 2, 1. So 1 tries to move and is stuck. 2 tries to move... Okay, 1 moves here, 2 moves here, 3 slides up. 1 moves here, 2 slides, 3 advances, and 1 slides, 2 slides, 3 just sits there. We now have 1, 2, 3, which means that we can do the horizontal trick from in here. So the horizontal, they slide. Getting a little bit more fancy with having to do the diagonals. And I go here, and finally get the guy on there. This scroll. Why is the scroll placed where it is? That's just awful. It's an awful spot for a scroll. For someone who doesn't use unlimited undo. When I finished making this room, I had no idea whether this room was any use at all. I had no idea what I was teaching here. And then I made the next room. Ominous smiley. Okay, it looks like the end of the line. Having multiple monsters walking next to you is usually not a good idea, but becomes very interesting in combination with other rules. This room looks impossible, right? Well, use what you have learned today to finish this room. Good luck. Okay, so yeah, again with this order, I want to start this way. Where am I heading? What am I trying to do? I have 3 doors, which are going to be, what, these? I also have this, which opens that. Okay. So if I keep sliding this way, I now have them all in a line. If I do that... I have one of them stuck. Okay, well if one of them's getting stuck there anyway, I might as well just deposit it, right? It should be here. Because then this will follow a diagonal and get stuck on that arrow. Whoops. Oh, that was terrible. Can I... Okay, I can slide along the wall here. I see, and from here, I can get one up here, and the next one can slide diagonally on the arrow. Alright, so it follows my sword. If I back up now, I get that there. This then forces me to do this maneuver again, I think. Which is bad because... Okay, I can do that and get an extra turn. Right, because this moves first and this one still sits here. And from here I can do that. Which doesn't really help me. Yeah, no. Okay, where do I want these? Ideally, I would... Oh. Right, I can just do that. And then this last one is still a problem. So I can't do anything without just killing it. I can do that, but that's no good. So let's do this, and now you're stuck on the arrow. You can still slide diagonally, but that lets me bring you around. How am I ever going to get you here? That's the question. Yeah, because from here, my sword facing east, I can't get. I need a little bit more space. If I get you on here, I just get stuck. I guess I can bring you around and do this again. So maybe that's what I'll do. Ah, here we go. That'll do it. Man, that's a clever use of the mechanics. During testing, a lot of people, Jacob, Larry, Josh, like this room a lot. I still don't get it. There's a very different feel to this hold than any other hold I've played. It's very, like, casual. It's like you're sort of like sitting down with a friend who's letting you know about what life is like. So that's that side. But over here, blocking with swords. It is possible to prevent monsters from walking on certain squares by blocking them with your sword. Sounds great. Can you use your sword to lead the roach to the to the pressure plate? I don't know why I read roaches north, then read the same line a second time. Okay, so I hit this. Oops. I need to get him here so that I can get... yeah, okay. So what's the problem? The problem here is if I step... well, actually this is the perfect orientation, isn't it? So step here. So the roach wants to move here, but if I move here, it's blocked. So if I rotate my sword, it's going to try to come down because of vertical preference, but if I just leave my sword there and wait, it gets into position. And I can then smite them roaches. Oh hey. Huh. I wonder why I wasn't getting other notifications. Did I do something silly and try optimizing this on my last playthrough? I wonder. Blocking with swords. It is possible to prevent monsters from walking on certain squares by blocking them. Isn't that exactly the same as the previous scroll? Pretty sure that's the same too. So we need to get you here. The problem now is that we have ortho squares, and the ortho squares make us sad because of that. This is just another application of what we've done though, right? Because the roach cannot move diagonally onto the ortho square, so I step here, my sword will be blocking the south move that it wants to make, so then it makes the next move. See, ortho squares, like, this just looks really weird. It's one of those things about ortho squares. So I guess if I wanted to optimize this, I would leave via this exit. I don't think I was as efficient as possible though, because I went and actually read the scroll, so I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah. Here's a puzzle to show what you have learned in the previous rooms. Can you lead a roach to touch all 8 inner pressure plates? Why would we want that? These are all toggles for some reason, but they're also one use, so it doesn't matter. They might as well be opens, because nothing else affects those. However, this locks us and makes us sad. This as well. This lets the roach escape, which isn't what I want. Need a roach. Okay, why a roach? Because each one only releases one of these roaches, and then the other 3. Okay, let's do the obvious thing, and go for the orb here. Also, there are trapdoors, which prevents me from doing this a whole bunch of times. But yeah, I can just, as long as I'm careful. Here... okay, here I don't think I can get past, because in order to go east, I need my sword facing south. But from here, I need my sword facing this direction in order to complete this move. No matter what I do here, you get stuck. So this was not where I was supposed to start. I did hit that checkpoint though. So let's see if this is still salvageable. Going around the other way. Yes, because this is a very important difference between horizontal and vertical force arrows. Oh, also we got one of them. Because now, if I step north, vertical preference pulls the roach with me. And then I have just enough trapdoors to escape. Well done, you found the difference between the two previous rooms. It took me a lot of effort to make those rooms similar. I hope you liked this puzzle. Yeah, it was alright. Exit level. So this is simple sword tricks. And we've got an exit, but before we do that, there was something down here. Ah, here we go. Blue door. Sister Green doors. Unlike regular green doors, Sister Green doors will close when the room is completed. It is possible to go through Sister Green doors, but only before the room is completed. If you kill the roach too early, you won't be able to leave the room. Can you lead the roach to the Sister Green door before killing it? Yeah, so here I have to kill the roach right here. Looks like I have lots of time. Yeah, easy. If there is more than one monster in the room, the last monster should be killed after you have passed through the Sister Green doors. Okay, so I enter. I don't really have much of a choice. And from here, there's another scroll, and then I'm gonna have to restore? No, I can... Can you hit all the orbs before completing the room? I can exit this way. In fact, I think this is what I have to do. Okay. So what we're gonna do... Open. Why are we hitting these? Right, we're hitting those because we want this. We also need to hit this in order to drop the trapdoor gate. So let's do that. And now we need to rotate our sword around, which we can do by taking advantage of these corners here. My sword is facing the wrong way, so I'm gonna have to go around again. There we go. The look of this room is based on a room in my other hold city of Queens. Okay. Well, this is a nice simple application of that. And this is a more advanced version of that first room. Sister Green doors can be combined with other simple tricks to create interesting puzzles. Okay, well, force arrows force us through, so the only way we can end is right here. Try to use the tricks you've learned in this hold to complete this room. Good luck. Okay, so what's going on here? Two roaches on either side of me, and there's no way to pass them, so obviously I have to kill one of the roaches, and then I have to get around it using these. So I could get it stuck in there. I don't think I want to, though. I think I want to do this. So this is the problem I was having with the tar baby before, right? In this room, where I was trying to get around it, but it was here, so... Yeah, for some reason... this makes sense to me. It's because I was trying to go east-west, not north-south, maybe? Maybe there's a way to do it, and I'm just not thinking of it right now. Yeah, because I thought there was a room in, what was it? The Second Sky that used that concept. Oh, no, it's because I have to back up. That's why. And in this room I didn't have space to back up. But here, if I back up, then I can get the sword, I can get the roach to sidestep instead of being stuck on the obstacle, and that lets me get through like this. Again, back up. And this only works with the obstacle because the roach would want to move here, but I use the obstacle instead to force some separation. Okay, good little puzzle. This room was created in 3 days just after Jacob told me about this trick. He said it's a classic trick, but I've never seen it before. Yeah, no, this is definitely a good little trick. You need a little bit of space, but you can maneuver around a single enemy in this way. A good skill to have. So we already got the exit level, so now we just have to actually go to the exit. Take this little handy passage here. Oh, that arrow scared me for a second. And entry finished. Entry. Yeah, I guess it is an entry. Beethro, armed with his newfound understanding of vertical preference and clever sword manipulation, emerged from the simple sword tricks annex, prepared to do battle with the fearsome roach that had taunted him when he first ventured into this room. So this is something, there's something to be said for maps. Maps being very convenient for moving around. Maps didn't actually exist back when this hold was made, as far as I know. But the hubs can be fun too, because you can do stuff like this, where you kind of have a room that's not possible unless you've used, well, obviously the location's important, but now we kind of have like a little bit of an exam just to reinforce everything that we've learned. So for this style of hold, I really like a hub more than a map. I think it works. Works well for that. Okay, so I need this to be held so that I can hit this conquer token. It's easy enough. I can hit that. And what does this do? Also that. Okay. So I need... I fell for it. I fell for it. I need to do this because I need to use these ortho squares to stop the roach from ever getting to me. And I needed to be ahead of it using this setup. That gets me to here. Now it has vertical preference, so it's always going to want to move north or south if it's trying to move diagonal through the force arrows, so it's the ortho squares. It's just a matter of doing that, and then leading it south. It could have been one turn faster to the conquer token, and this would have been a first place tie. Maybe. Okay. Speed potions. Ah, my old friend. Here it looks like we have a setup that's impossible without a speed potion, but it's going to be really easy with it. Oh, that's neat too. So demonstrating a few aspects of the speed potion. But yes, this is where we will go next time. And after this, or partway through this, this will be blind, so I'll be, I guess, figuring out the puzzles. Although, I mean, that last entry took me a while. But I guess, you know, it has been a while since I've attempted this. But anyway, yeah. So next time, speed potions. I will see you then.